So Danny Flexen for Seconds Out, delighted to be joined by unbeaten featherweight Sophie ALISCH. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. First of all, thanks for having me in your big show.
I'm glad you think it's a big show. Hopefully everyone else thinks that too. But um, you had your most recent fight less than 2 weeks ago. You moved to 6-0
Yeah.
as a fighter. Beat Adina Kiss. Um, Quite a close fight as it turned out. I think most people expected it to be not as close as it was. Was that your toughest test so far as a professional?
Of course, Edina Kiss was a really tough opponent. She fight against the best, and for me, yeah, it was a little test how to look where I'm stand, and of course, it was a big stage for me. But it was not like I was nervous. It was really like I was really blessed to stay in this ring, and yeah, she did great. She was really like she showed other style. Like before her fight, she was a little bit more aggressive, and yeah, and you saw that she don't want to blame her before 18-year-old girl and want to show the world they watch the fight uh, that she also want to show her best, and yeah, and it was a tough fight for me, of course.
And as you said just now, she's fought some of the best female fighters in the world. What did your performance against her tell you about where you are and how far away you are from that top level?
I think my performance was okay. It was an okay fight. Like I must to develop more. I'm 18-year old. I have time, of course. Sometimes I must to pull me a little bit more. I don't know how we call it, because I'm a little bit like I want to do every time everything fast, and yeah, maybe a little bit coming down and
Sure.
look because I have time. Everyone said that I have time, and I always forgot it.
And the fight took place on a very big stage, um, but in a TV studio with no fans in attendance. So, what did that feel like for you that it was not in a big arena, but it was a huge event being watched around the world?
Of course, boxing is not boxing without fans. But in the training, you're also alone. You're doing your sparring alone. There are no fans. Of course, with fans, you feel a little bit more motivated. But for me, it was no problem. I'm there to box. And I also know in my head, okay, people watching the fight around the world, but I'm there to box and I'm focused on the fight in the ring.
And just tell us as well, you are only 18 years old. I believe you turn 19 next month in November. So, happy
Yes.
birthday in advance. Um,
Yes.
Tell us why you decided, having been so successful as a junior amateur, why you decided to turn pro rather than become a senior, potentially go to the World Championships, the Olympics, and so on.
Of course, I had a great time at the amateurs, had much success also, and it was the right time to turn to the pros. And I also wanted to turn to the pros. I wanted to have all the belts. I saw a little bit in the future me with belts and to be a world champion. And yeah, it was all about the right time.
No dream for you of the Olympics or winning an Olympic medal?
Mm, yeah, of course, it was. It's every dream from an amateur sportler to go to the Olympics, and also for me, it was a big dream. But I said to me, you can look what happened when you turn pro. You can also going on a higher level there, and I don't know how you call it. I don't know. I'm learning a little bit on my English.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, my English is not the best one.
No, it's good. It's better than my German, so.
Of course, yeah, okay. I wanted to go to the pros and talk to me and said, okay, put the Olympic Games away from your head and bring the belt. Or I don't know. I don't
No,
know
I
how we can
understand.
know to be their world champion at the pros.
And it was a great time for female boxing when you went professional, and it's grown and grown since then as well. Was that part of your decision to turn pro, seeing how well all the other ladies were doing as professionals?
Yes, of course. Katie Taylor is a really great amateur and then turned to pros, and now she shows the world really like how women's boxing is now standing, and also with Terry Harper, we have really good amateurs who turn to the pros now, and these are women who show really like where women's boxing is now standing, and that we can do a little bit more for women's boxing.
And over the summer in the UK, we had the fight camp shows, and there were a number of female domestic fights on there that seemed to be very well received by the fans. So Terry Harper, who you mentioned, against Natasha Jonas, Shannon Courtney against Rachel Ball, and I just wondered, does that make you want some domestic fights, some fights with your German rivals?
Uh, can you explain me
Sure.
in
So
time?
fans in the UK were very excited because it was one UK lady against another UK lady, so two against each other. Do you
Mm.
want to fight other German ladies? So you against Nina Menke, you against Eleanor Tyson?
Maybe later. But the problem is we have not this stand here in Germany like in the UK. We have not so much women's boxer. In the UK, it's a little bit more, and they are really on a good level. And
Sure.
here in Germany, we have I don't know maybe really two or three girls only, and of course it's a little bit hard then to find a really good fight. So, a German girl against a German girl. It's a little bit harder than in the UK, but we will see. Maybe there's other girl here in Germany we don't know. So look.
And you've sparred Nina, haven't you? What was that like?
Yeah, I sparred against Nina. Nina and me, we have a good contact. Um, it was only a good training for us. I like Nina really, and we did develop from both. And yeah, we will look in the future. Maybe we fight against each other. We will see.
What do you see as your journey? Because you're 18, you've got so much time on your side. How do you see yourself getting from where you are now to that world level?
Of course, I must develop more and to train really hard for my goals. And yeah, I think from fight to fight and not what happens in the future. And we will train with my new trainer. We will working on on my weaknesses, and we'll see how it goes on.
Who is your trainer and where do you train?
My trainer is my old amateur trainer, Andy Shima. Yeah, and we turned I don't know 1 month ago to him, and now I train in Schwerin, and I'm I don't know 3 4 days there for camp every week, and yeah, I love to work with him, really.
And your father,
He's
Michael,
also
oh, sorry.
he's also national coach.
Oh, okay.
He was national coach, yeah.
It's not now, but before.
No, before when I was
Yeah.
amateur, he was national coach, yeah, and now he's trainer there on Olympic point.
And your father, Michael, is your manager as well. What's that relationship like?
Okay, I have with my father a really big and intensive level relationship. Of course, he's the only one who know me really like from the beginning, and yeah, I think it's really important to have this relationship, like where you're feeling really safe, and now okay, I can really trust him. Yeah, and that's a good. You need this relationship in the sport, I think.
And what is it that you like about boxing? Why do you love boxing so much?
Yeah, I was before I was before tennis player. I don't know, you know it, you know this.
Yeah.
3 4 years I played tennis, and then I turned to boxing. Uh, was I don't know, the first experience with boxing at the beginning was for me like, yeah, I was really happy. I don't know, I was always a girl. I had really much power, and then I'm standing in the ring and felt really like how much power I have. And boxing is for me like you must be really agility, mentally really strong. To be mentally really strong, that's for me a important point. And boxing is, I don't know, boxing really goes in my heart. It's like it's a sport for me. uh, I love the sport really much. I don't know.
And tell us, because people will be interested, what do you do outside of boxing, outside of the gym, for fun?
Yeah, of course, when I have my free time, I had now 1.5 week of rest. I ate everything what I want. That's
All right.
really cool. Um, yeah, and I had time really to recover and don't think about boxing. Did my school with friends is a little bit hard now to meet because of the corona.
Of course.
Um, yes, and yeah, it's I take some time with my sister, and my grandma comes, and yeah, I'm with my family.
And you said you've eaten everything that you're now allowed to eat because you're not in training camp. What is your kind of favorite food to eat when you can eat whatever you want?
I love spaghetti.
Right, okay.
I can eat it every day. I don't know why.
Yeah, just not in training camp.
In training camp, I have not really weight problems, but I eat very clean and healthy.
Of course.
And of course, as sometimes I have one day where I can cheat, where I
Okay.
can eat some sweets. But when I'm at training camp, um, I look how my weight maybe is going a little bit up or down. I check it.
Now, you're 18. You must have friends that aren't boxers and they're out, going to university, doing all different things. Do you ever feel sad about that or regret that you are training most of the time? You're not doing those things that girls your age would normally do?
No, I feel not really unhappy. I have really good friends. I have uh, not so much friends, but they respect my sport and they find it really like really cool and watch it in the TV when I'm fighting. And yeah, they're really proud of me. They said, "Okay, you was a little girl in the school, and now you are like a little, yeah, I don't know how you call it, mommy, a little bit a really tough fighter." And yeah, it's always cool to see how other ways going. My friends going now, yeah, to university, study, and me going to sport, and yeah, fighting from, well, I don't know how we call it. um, fighting on really big stages.
But you don't mind not going out lots, not drinking, all the kind of normal stuff of growing up.
Uh, I don't. I'm. I don't like to drink. I don't like to smoke. That's for me. That's for me no sportler life. Uh, I have no problem with it.
Excellent. And just before we let you go, can you tell people watching this how they can find you on social media? So your handles on Twitter, Instagram, so on.
You mean like how they? What do you mean?
Your name's on Twitter, Instagram.
I know. I don't have Twitter, but of course Instagram. Sophie ALISCH. Oh.
Okay, excellent. Really, really appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring.
Thank you very much for having me.
No, anytime. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
You too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.